Dear students of BCom second year, third semester, I would like to discuss with you a new subject, corporate accounting. Swami Ramanand Tirtha, Marathwada University, Nanded has introduced this new subject with effect from 2020. It means as per new syllabus of BCom second year, third semester. In this subject, 5 contains 5 titles. It means out of these 5, I would like to discuss on unit number 5, title Profit Prior to Incorporation. This title consisted 3 words. It means it is a combination of 3 words, that is profit, prior and incorporation. It means separately we know profit means income or gain, prior means before, and incorporation means registration. These 3 words indicating about detailed information. Here few questions are arising in the mind of every student. How can we start a business? A question which is asked to the commerce students by everyone. It means we know very well we start a business with capital. It means starting business is depend on capital, place, registration and appointment of staff. These elements are very important in the commencement of business. Every business is an aim to earn profit. It means we run the business for earning profit. When we know our business is going in profit or loss, then we can find out profit or loss with the help of profit and loss account at the end of the year, maybe 31st December or 31st March, etc. Here few things are very important. That is, without registration we cannot start a new business. It means registration is must. Then without starting a new business, how can we earn profit? It means profit is a gift of accepting risk. So without starting business, we cannot earn profit. And the business is depend on capital, because without capital we cannot run a business. Here another word, profit prior to incorporation. It means profit before incorporation. It means profit before registration. Here the title of this unit number 5, profit prior to incorporation. It means profit before registration. This is strange, this is wonderful, surprising, but it is true. Without setting a new business, here we purchased already existed old business. It means instead of setting up a new business unit, investors of the company decided to buy the company or business which is already existed. It means we purchase running business. Here the third word, incorporation. Incorporation is the middle word. Before this is called pre-incorporation period. After incorporation, that is called post-incorporation period. It means incorporation is a middle point. Up to incorporation, pre. After incorporation, post. it means the profit earned before and after is taken into consideration in this topic. Profit is also divided into two parts, that is pre and post incorporation. Profit earned before incorporation is not a trading profit, but it is a capital profit which is used for the development of the company, but it is not used for distribution of dividend. Capital profit means pre-incorporation profit. Profit earned after incorporation means post-incorporation profit, that is called revenue profit as well as trading profit. Here in this topic we have to prepare profit and loss account which indicates profit or loss earned before and after incorporation with the help of allocation of expenses and incomes as per sales ratio, time ratio and special basis. It means we have given a profit and loss account, but we have to prepare profit and loss account with two columns. One is pre-incorporation, another is post-incorporation on both sides. It means debit side and credit side. The another ratio. In this topic, two ratios are very important. First is time ratio. Time ratio is used for the allocation of expenses in pre and post incorporation period. Time ratio is depend on three things, three elements. One is acquisition date. It means purchase or taken over date. Then incorporation date, it means registration date. Then year ended. Year ended means accounting year of the business. These three dates are very important. With the help of three dates, we calculate time ratio. It means acquisition date to incorporation date. During this period, what it may be is called pre-incorporation period. And incorporation date to year ended. Incorporation date to year ended is post-incorporation period. A good example which is given for discussion. Acquisition date, suppose 1st January. Incorporation date 1st May. And year ended 31st December. Pre-incorporation period from January to April. January, February, March, April. It means 4 months. And post-incorporation period from 1st May to 31st December. 8 months. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 8 months. It means 4:8. 4:8. It means 1:2. That is 1/3 and 2/3. This is the time ratio which is useful for the allocation of expenses. After that, another one ratio, that is sales ratio. It is depend on the sales during the year in pre-incorporation as well as post-incorporation. Here, pre-incorporation sales is given rupees 4 lakh and post-incorporation sales is given rupees 6 lakh. It means 4:6. That is 2:3. 2/5 and 3/5 is the sales ratio. In this topic, expenses are allocated on time ratio as well as sales ratio. Here, allocation on the basis of sales ratio, selling expenses, distribution expenses, gross profit, wrapping, free sample, variable, advertisement, bad debts, packing, delivery expenses, carries outward. These types of selling expenses allocated on the basis of sales ratio. After this, allocation on the basis of time ratio, office and management expenses, salary, rent, rates, taxes, interest, insurance, bank charges, audit fees, telephone charges, postage, printing, general expenses, sundry expenses, fixed expenses, miscellaneous expenses are allocated on the basis of time ratio. After that, some expenses or incomes are special. That special items here: partner's salary, vendor's salary, interest on capital. These three allocated, it means shown only in the pre-column of debit side of profit and loss account. In the same manner, director fees, director expenses, MD remuneration, preliminary expenses, formation expenses, debenture interest, charity, donation, dividend, goodwill written off, provision for reserve for doubtful debts, provision for depreciation, provision for taxation, discount on shares or debenture, brokerage on shares or debenture. These all also debited in the column of post incorporation on profit and loss account. And last one, share transfer fees also credited in the post incorporation column of profit and loss account. Dear students, I have discussed with you on this title, profit prior to incorporation, in details. Everyone must try to understand with the help of listening this video again and again. You must try to understand me and this title. Okay, thank you very much for listening.